Frontier has released the Frequent Flyers feature focus, along with a behind the scenes article diving deeper into how flying birds will look, move, reproduce, and behave in Planet Zoo 2. Between the two, we received confirmation of nesting, eggs, incubation, reptile reproduction, multiple bird growth stages, preferred flying altitudes, mixed species habitats, surprise animals, and plenty of hidden details tucked throughout the footage. There's a lot to uncover, so let's jump in. Frontier has confirmed something I think all of us have been waiting for. Nesting! That's right, we're finally getting a nesting mechanic in Planet Zoo 2. It appears that nests will be versatile in their placement, with some being shown in structures while others are placed within trees. Let's pause on the building menu for a second because there's quite a variety of nests available. One looks very similar to the crocodile nest we saw briefly before. Some appear to be made from mud or perhaps shallow sand, which could potentially be used by turtles or other reptiles to lay their eggs. We also see a taller, bowl-shaped nest that looks like something a flamingo might use. Could this be a subtle confirmation that flamingos will be in the game? I really hope so. In Planet Zoo, I once built a massive, sprawling hippo and flamingo mixed species habitat. It housed approximately 25 hippos and more than 100 flamingos. It was my absolute pride and joy to sit and watch. You can bet I'll be doing it again in Planet Zoo 2. The article confirms that nests will be required for egg-laying species to reproduce. Once a nest has been claimed, the eggs will be laid and incubated for a length of time determined by the species. Species will have different incubation behaviors as well, where some eggs may be incubated only by the mother, while other species may share the responsibility. The behind-the-scenes article gives us another confirmation I had speculated on in a previous video. Reptiles will also lay eggs alongside our feathered friends. Reptiles will behave differently from birds and allow their eggs to incubate on their own, but rest assured, the eggs won't be left completely alone. Frontier mentions that parents may remain nearby to guard their nests. Frontier has confirmed 3 growth stages for flying species: juveniles, fledglings, and adults. Once the eggs hatch, reptiles and flightless birds will be free to roam and explore. Flying birds, however, will remain nest-bound and rely on their parents for care. That immediately makes me wonder how this will work if one of the parents becomes sick and needs to be taken to the veterinarian. Will keepers be able to care for the hatchlings? Or will they perish if no adult is present to look after them? Could we expect 3 growth stages for all animals? We did see that crocodile that didn't quite look like a juvenile, but also definitely wasn't an adult. Man, this would be an incredible feature for grouped animals. Imagine wolf pups, juveniles, and adults all playing together, or a herd of red deer made up of fawns, yearlings, and mature adults. That would add so much life and variety to social groups and wildlife reserves. One part of the behind-the-scenes article I really enjoyed was hearing about how these birds were actually created. Frontier explains that every model was built piece by piece, feather by feather, to make them feel as realistic as possible. That same attention to detail carries over into sexual dimorphism, with male and female birds having their own unique characteristics. We see this confirmed in the feature focus during the long-eared owl courtship animation. Like the aquatic species, our feathered friends will also have different preferred altitudes depending on their species. Their behaviors can even change depending on the altitudes that they maintain. Some birds may swoop around in between trees, while others prefer to soar over the tops of them. Our feathered friends also share the same animal brain used by terrestrial and aquatic animals. That means their choices will be unique and dependent on many different factors, including their species. Frontier gives the example of a wading bird, a flamingo perhaps, choosing to reach a feeding station by walking or moving through the water, while an arboreal bird would choose to fly there instead. It has also been confirmed that species will require specific times of day to perform certain behaviors. The long-eared owl, one of the recently revealed Zoopedia species, is naturally more active at night, as one might expect. I wonder how the management side of these nighttime behaviors will change. Will there be more or unique interactions with guests at night? Could nighttime zoo experiences become more important in the gameplay? It would be an interesting feature, although that may be a bit of a stretch. Either way, it's another example of animals behaving according to their natural habitats rather than simply following the same schedule as every other species. Now, let's talk about the elephant, or rather, the tapir, in the room. Out of nowhere, Frontier confirms that the tapir is coming to Planet Zoo 2 and shows off its gorgeous adult and baby models. The tapir's appearance also confirms something else. Birds and terrestrial animals both can and will share habitats together. That opens up so many possibilities for mixed species habitats. It also makes me wonder, what about aquatic species? Will we see something similar with them? Could certain birds eventually share habitats with aquatic animals? What about aquatic and semi-aquatic species? Nothing has been confirmed, but it is definitely something worth thinking about. We also get a look at a creature that I did not expect to see in Planet Zoo. A rabbit. I'm uncertain of exactly which species it is, but there is undoubtedly a rabbit hidden in their flowers. What could this mean? Is it a habitat animal? Perhaps we just received a look at a new exhibit type and we didn't even realize it. Next week will certainly be an interesting one. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out the big reveal, and if you're enjoying what you see, be sure to leave a like on the video. It really helps me out. In the background, we also get a closer look at staff facilities being positioned close to viewing areas. Here, we can see a hospital and keeper staff center directly across from the secretary bird habitat. Outside the tapir habitat, we get a better look at a customized staff area with quite a few decorative objects appearing to make a return. I am beyond excited about the possibility of merging our staff areas into the guest experience. I'm also really hoping that having a veterinary window or keeper hut available for guests to view will help with education in the zoo. It's a small detail that Planet Zoo was really missing that we see in many zoos today. We receive another look at pathing, and it is like a dream come true to see. I won't know how good it actually is until I finally get my hands on the game, but from the looks of things, the paths not only snap together better, but the user interface also appears far more intuitive to use. No more teeny tiny buttons or sliders that you're trying to work with. My old eyes appreciate the UI upgrades. Pathing has always been one of the most frustrating parts of Planet Zoo, so even small improvements can make building feel much smoother. The in-game Zoopedia page has also been revealed, showing us the glow-up it has received. I don't know about you guys, but I think it looks pretty nice. The layout feels cleaner and easier to read than it did in Planet Zoo. What do you think? Now, let's move away from the details placed directly in front of us, and let's look at some of the things hidden in the background. Can we talk about that crumbled castle for a second? We can see that it's part of the zoo because a pathway leads directly up to the structure. I need those building pieces. I also need to know what's hiding inside there. Then we have this interesting shot. Look at the top left corner. Do you see what I see? That's definitely a panda bear statue. But the statue isn't the only thing worth noticing. It also appears that there's a walkway floating directly on top of the water. If we can finally place paths on top of the water's surface, I think I might actually cry from happiness. There's also definitely something hiding over there in that water that we just can't quite see. Frontier is clearly keeping something just out of view. Between the frequent flyer feature focus and the flying birds behind the scenes article, Frontier gave us a much deeper look at how birds, and even reptiles, will reproduce, grow, move, and behave in Planet Zoo 2. What part of the reveal are you most excited for? Are you looking forward to nesting, mixed habitats, the tapir, the possible rabbit reveal, or one of the smaller details hidden throughout the footage? Let me know down in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like and subscribe so you don't miss on next week's reveal. If you want to read further into the behind the scenes article, I'll put the link down below. Until next time, bye-bye!